Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of Feeding a Curious Mind. My name's John Pullen, and I'm a writer of fiction and non-fiction books. How big is space? Well, the simple answer is space is very, very big. If we take our nearest neighbour, the Moon, it's approximately 250,000 miles away. Now, in 1969, Apollo 11 reached the Moon, and it took it 3 days to get there, travelling at an average speed of 40,000 kilometres an hour, which is not slow. Although Neil Armstrong, when he stepped on the moon, said it's one small step for man, it certainly was, because if we think about our next target, which is the planet Mars, hopefully we can reach it in about 2035, then the journey is going to take about 8 months to get there. 8 months to get back, and I believe the latest idea is to stay about 8 months, so it's a 2-year mission. If we think about going further out to, let's say, the last major planet in our solar system, Neptune, it's going to take us 13 years, which is beginning to stretch credibility. However, there is an unmanned craft called Voyager, which is already outside our solar system in interstellar space, heading further and further out every second. Unfortunately, it was launched in 1977, so that's 47 years ago. Now, we're not going to be able to live on other planets in this solar system. Yes, you can have bases there, certainly, and we will have scientific bases there, I'm sure. But eventually, the human race, if we last that long, will want to colonize other planets. We would have to. For example, in approximately 5 billion years, the sun is going to expand and we will become a cinder. So we have 5 billion years, so don't pack your suitcase. The closest star to us is Proxima Centauri, and that is 4.35 light years away. A new term. Light years, as most people know, is the distance that light travels in 1 year. If we think about light then having a speed of 186,282 miles per second, roughly, or 300,000 kilometers per second, then it's a long way. That doesn't mean that there will be any livable, habitable planets around Proxima Centauri. We know there are thousands upon thousands of exoplanets. There's probably billions of them, but we would have to go further out. Now, our Milky Way galaxy, which we're a part of, has billions and billions of stars. But if we wanted to go further and visit the next nearest galaxy to us, that would be Andromeda, Messier 31, or M31 as is also known. And that is 2.5 million light years away from us. So now it's getting crazy. So how far can we see at the present time then for the size of space? Now, I say how far can we see, and we'll use the term observable universe, because it's quite likely the universe is much bigger than we can see, because those galaxies are moving away from us, and that's another subject entirely. The universe is expanding, but at the present time we can see about 13.7 billion years into the past. In other words, 13.7 billion light years. That is an extremely long time. You have to get your head around the idea that if we were to eventually have to travel to other stars, we might be looking at the idea that science fiction writers have come up with for many, many years, and that is a generational spacecraft where generations on board will be born, live, die. Children take over, grandchildren take over, and eventually they find a planet. Um, it is, of course, possible that over the centuries ahead of us or whatever, we might find a way of traveling faster than light. Because, as most of us know, Einstein said you can't travel faster than the speed of light. There is an exception to that, but we won't go into that at the moment. What he said, you can't travel faster than light through normal space. So, what are we going to do? Well, it's a big space out there. Anything can happen. I think we just watch this space.